Hey yo, today we're going to be talking about version 2.4. In this patch, we start off with one of the greatest things ever. Keqing's goddamn beautiful skin. Not only is this wonderful, it has all of the fashion. You can't say this isn't pretty. Enough with my Keqing glazing, we can move on straight to the first banners of this patch being Zhao and Shenhe's banner. While I didn't really care for Shenhe that much, so I didn't really pull for her, I instead pulled for Zhao. After getting Zhao, I finally have a use for my primordial jade spear that I got on Keqing's birthday. Zhao overall is pretty okay. He's a good gimmick character. And that's pretty much it. See, after getting Zhao to Friendship 10, I don't really use him that much anymore. Like, sometimes I use him during events and stuff, but I use other characters preferably. He's okay. The only times I really like using him is when I'm exploring under the map because he has the less stamina consumed while climbing, and under Sumeru that is very helpful. Moving past Zhao, we can talk about the newly added region Enkanomiya. While I think this is a perfect little sub area to give us because it has brilliant puzzles, it looks fantastic, the music's good, the enemies are pretty goddamn great too. I love the ghosts, I love how all the puzzles kind of interact with the light and dark, except like a few, but most of them do. I really love the stingray, even though they're completely pointless. Like most animals, like you just put them in your fishing pond and that's all they really do. There's not really like a shop or like exclusive fishing rod you can get with them. Nothing. It's just a stingray. The first event of 2.4 was the Study in Potions event. I don't think anyone really cares about this event. It was a combat event. I picked random potions. We got through it. Nobody remembers it. The second event in 2.4 was Windtrace's rerun. This was a great event. You can't really go wrong with Windtrace. Every time it's rerun, it's pretty much really fun. However, I did kind of dislike how they removed some of the maps. Like, I really like the Dragon Spine map because it kind of forced the hiders to move around. And it's really the only map that did it. It's the only one that gave hiders like a disadvantage. The one in Hu Tao's woods, I understand why that one got removed because everyone just climbed the trees and it just got annoying for the seekers. But I think they could have just kept it. I also think having no maps in Enkanomiya, the newly added region, was kind of disappointing. Like, because it looks beautiful and I think Windtrace there would have been cool, especially with like the ruins and stuff. And like, just imagine if you could hide as a ghost. That would have been so funny. Windtrace overall was pretty good. It was the same thing as the first one. Nothing too bad about it. Moving on to the second half banners being Zhongli and Ganyu's rerun. Now, I pre-farmed the goddamn living shit out of Ganyu. Like, I got level 90, talent 10, 10, 10, a bow, artifacts. I had everything prepared. But one thing I did not have prepared was guaranteed. See, because I just got Zhao in the same patch, I did not have that many wishes left. So I still pulled, but I don't know why I pulled on Zhao thinking I had the highest chance of getting Yan Yu. I should have just saved. But I did, in fact, pull. Holy crap. It took me everything. I used the wish bank. I used everything. Goddamn everything. I don't know how or why I got so lucky, but I was able to get Ganyu completely leveled. I also used Alloy because she was what I was using to like test out my Ganyu build, which is probably the only use Alloy will ever get. Now, I love Ganyu. Like, I use her all the time because she is just a really good solo DPS. While I think there's a lot better DPS characters nowadays, I just really love how Ganyu feels so satisfying. Like, you just one-shot enemies around the map. It was really great. Obviously, you can't really do that in later regions. You could do the destroy 2 tower commissions from miles away and just get it done with. It was great. Ganyu's overall is goddamn fantastic, and I would recommend Ganyu to anyone. Now we move on to the first event of the second half, being the Fleeting Colors event. This was in fact Lantern Right's rerun, and where we got the beauty of Keqing's skin, and also Keqing in the spotlight once again. Well, only like one patch later we got Keqing another time in the spotlight. I couldn't be happier. But Keqing was in the spotlight, so special, so great. But there was one character in Liyue that got absolutely demolished. This story was great for Keqing fans, but goddamn horrible for Yanfei fans. As I like Yanfei, I noticed this pretty quickly. First offense of this patch was that we go to Yanfei and Madame Ping and just interrupt their conversation. Don't even acknowledge Yanfei until she talks to us. And we just walk away. I don't even think we say Happy Lantern Right to her. We say it to Madame Ping, but not even to her. What the fuck? Second offense. We have Xingqiu do a Phoenix Wright reference before the goddamn lawyer character in the game. What the fuck? I just don't understand. This patch was so anti-Yanfei. What the hell's going on? Moving on to the actual events of this patch, we have a cool new boss that I really enjoyed. It was definitely better than the Whopper Flower from last patch. Then we have the 3 game modes, one of them being just a bunch of stuff doing with the boats and the stone forest, where you just go around collecting firework parts and materials, and like you would chase down blimps in the water and destroy them. It was actually really enjoyable, and I think it was finally a nice time to get used to the boats, as Inazuma is disappointing me with how they use the boats so far. The other game mode was a shadow puzzle game mode, which was really great. I loved it. I think it was fantastic, and I want to see more of this in the future. Then we have the final game mode just being making fireworks and launching them. Since the story was mainly about fireworks and solving the mystery about the fireworks with Lady Keqing, it only made sense. One thing I'm disappointed in was that there was no lanterns in Lantern Right. Obviously, it's kind of sad. Like, the first Lantern Right is the only time we got to craft lanterns. And if they wanted to keep it exclusive, it would have just made sense if they just had different shapes over the years. But instead, they just screwed off with it and they don't do it anymore, which I think is kind of disappointing. Like, a lantern shouldn't be an exclusive item. I would have preferred if we could craft them every single year, Lantern Right reruns. I think it's pretty obvious nowadays that the lantern from the first Lantern Right would be a gadget nowadays, so you could repeatedly use it instead of being a limited use. But yeah, the Lantern Right overall was goddamn fantastic. I loved Keqing, you love Keqing, you think she's beautiful, I think she's beautiful, and now we can move on to the final event, which was the 8 Locales event. This was just a photo event with the Tanuki, and it was a more preferable photo event. The other ones I don't really care for, but this one had like a story and like little puzzles with it. It was a great little event to end off the patch. And now that we're ending the patch, we can talk about the characters that I got Friendship 10, being Kaya, Goro, Alloy, Rosaria, Lisa, Zhao, and Yunjin. Now, I know none of you are wondering, but why did I say Lisa? See, I hate Lisa. I goddamn despise her. So much so that I've never even played her since her story quest. So, the question is, how is she Friendship 10? See, a little known fact is that in 1.6, the teapot added the addition of farming for friendship. So immediately I had the idea, this is how I can get her friendship 10. I stuffed her in a corner in my house, blocked her behind bookshelves, and farmed for about like 8 months, and I got her friendship 10. Good. Now that pretty much sums up the events that happened in 2.4. See you next time. Bye bye.